Okay, I just got an idea and I'm actually going to post this video immediately. My idea is to convert this machine over to an electric PTO with a 46-inch deck. You might be wondering what 46-inch deck? Let me show you. First, I must show you the donor machine. This is the Cub Cadet that will be in the video before this one. I was just getting ready to order up some parts for this, but unfortunately the rear end's bad. The rear end is scrubbing in forward and reverse pretty much every revolution. Also, the rear end is locking up in it as well. So it's not just a brake rubbing, it's not just a belt. There are issues with the rear end in this machine, unfortunately. But it does still run and drive. Just like I said, the rear end is starting to go out in the machine. So this is going to be a donor machine. I might even end up using this engine. We'll see. Since this engine does have the higher amperage charging system, which I would need for an electric PTO. So this machine is a Cub Cadet 2046. The other machine is a Yard Machine 2042. They're basically exactly the same chassis. The only real difference between the two machines are the hoods. This one has a butt ugly bolt-on hood, while the other one, or one piece, sorry, no, this one has a three or four piece butt ugly bolt-on hood, while the Yard Machines has a one piece swing open hood that's in very good condition, has working headlights. Everything works on that machine. But to make this work, I would have to convert the entire wiring harness. So the entire wiring harness would have to come out of this machine and go into the other machine. So would I change the engine? I think I would. Since this, like I said, since this engine does have the higher amperage alternator, it would probably be worthwhile to change this engine over to the other one, and then the hours kind of go with it. Or I'll check the wiring harness on the other one, see if it has the same plugs. If it does, we'll probably leave the engines alone. But that's an idea I'm having with this machine at the moment. But what I'll do in the end is put this machine back together as a runner, so I can sell whichever engine will be sold. It'll either be this engine or it'll be the engine in the other machine. But it's just an idea I'm running through my mind, and it will actually work. Pretty much everything is the same. The other machine even has the cutout to allow it to have the PTO switch. Let me show you the deck that's in mind for this project. Okay, this is the deck in mind. I just got to take some measurements between primarily the front mount, which I believe everything will be the same. This does need 3 blades, and it needs blade nuts as well. These are damaged, but all 3 spindles are good. On the back side, everything is good, but it might look out of place on a red machine being blue. It won't look too bad, but it might look a little bit out of place, so I might end up painting this black. I do have a chute cover for it off of a parts machine. So there we go. That might actually be a viable solution to the deck issue on that little machine, and it would actually give it a much larger deck to begin with, which would be nice. The original idea was to add a PTO to that machine, but the wiring for the PTO, I'd have to add wiring. If I can put in a complete harness that already has the wiring, it would be a better bet. Sorry about that, ran out of memory. But that's the idea, converting this 2042 into a 2046. I think it will actually work out. It'll actually work out pretty easy. I'll have to take the gas tank out to fish all the wiring through. The only real difference is this right here, the mow and reverse button. So this will no longer work, but the ignition switch should work perfectly fine without any issues. That is separate wiring that has nothing to do with the actual ignition switch. That wiring is just when you go into reverse, it kills it. Also, I'll be able to get rid of that handle right there, which is missing the grip. I was thinking of different ideas to fix that, but the main issue with this machine here is with the deck engagement. There's issues with the linkage that goes between the tractor and the deck. So that's why this machine's kind of up in the air on what to do with it. So I got an idea, and I think I'm going to run with that idea. So talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.